Hello, this is your board report for December 2015. Hope you've had a great year. We're looking forward to the new year, and we had an opportunity as a board to get together with our staff to celebrate the great work of Bill Brumsicle, a retiring member of our board, and we're deeply appreciative of his 12 years of service to us, and to welcome our newest board member, Don Rash, who will be officially sworn in our January session. The board and executive team met this last week, December 16th, for their regular board meeting, and our agenda started as usual with call to order, flag salute, and the approval of the consent agenda. Our first item was information for the board, which included a presentation by our Regional Teacher of the Year, Megan Scalbo, who's a math teacher at Raymond School District. Megan was selected for the Capital Region ESD 113 Teacher of the Year Award last spring and started this September. She's a great representative to our region, and again, congratulations, Megan. Congratulations to the community of Raymond for her selection. The board also recognized, as I mentioned, Bill Brumsicle for his 12 years of service. The board presented a proclamation to him, honoring him for his 12 years, for his time of service in the House of Representatives, and his leadership as a district leader in education. Bill will be greatly missed. He brings a great spirit to our board and our team, and has been a great contributor over the years. We wish him the very best. And we look forward to getting to know Don Rash and having an opportunity for him to learn the ESD and to represent his communities in Lewis County. The next informational items were the routine ones of Head Start report and the fiscal report. Sandy Nelson provided an overview of what's happening in the world of early learning and provided some background training for all of our board members. Cal Brody provided our fiscal report, where he gave us the usual update that we're doing actually fairly well, which is good news. And then he transitioned into a more formal report regarding our year-end fiscal reporting requirements. One of the things that is a technical aspect of how we report our year-end fiscal results is guided by the Governmental Accounting Standards Board, or GASB, and they just issued their last proclamation, GASB 68, last spring. And I know this is getting a bit technical, but it actually has pretty significant implications for us. One of the requirements of our new financial reporting is that we account for the future liabilities of any individual who will be retiring from the ESD and the portion of their retirement that's not currently funded. It sounds like a small thing, but in reality, it wipes about $9.3 million off of our financial statements. It doesn't take the money away. It's not a cash expenditure, but it's something that we have to account for. So in paper, at least, the ESD has lost $9.3 million in our value. We're still in great financial footing, and we're looking forward to continued growth, but that's a technicality that we're working through. Cal also provided an update to our board regarding our 6,000 policy series. We've been slowly working through our policy manual with the guidance of Chris Russey, and we're into our 6,000s, which has to do with our financial management. We presented the final package of that series for the first read here in December. In our January meeting, our board will review and hopefully approve the second reading, which will allow us to move on to the next portion of our policy manual. We have about 18 months of work ahead of us still to go through that revision process. We're very grateful for the staff who've been leading it, for the board's engagement, and we're very deeply indebted to Chris Russey for her leadership in that area. The board then adjourned briefly for executive session to discuss the possibility of purchasing some property, and then reconvened their board meeting for 2 action items. The first was a resolution authorizing me to sign an agreement between the other 8 ESDs to enter into an interlocal. This master agreement guides the way the ESDs work together, how we provide services across the state, and how we manage any disagreements that might arise with regard to those services if they happen to be provided outside of our region. The board passed that unanimously. The board also passed a resolution authorizing the staff and the ESD to pursue some property in Lewis County. We're looking to purchase a building in downtown Centralia or Chehalis, which will allow us to co-locate student support services. If possible, we'd like to find a large enough facility which would also allow us to provide professional development or office space for some of our other staff. One of the long-term goals of the board is to create regional offices so that we can be more closely connected to our outlying districts, and this will be the first opportunity for us to move in that direction. Rick Anthony provided a brief update with regard to the Association of Educational Service Districts. Rick has been honored by being selected to take the president-elect position. That should be authorized in April in their regular meeting. Rick also provided an update with regard to a constitutional amendment for the Association of Educational Service Districts, which would allow the president to serve a 2-year term. That will be voted on by the members in April as well. There really hasn't been much legislative activity, so there's little to report. The governor just recently released his budget, which has some nominal increases for early career teachers, some additional support for ESDs, and some other initiatives across the state. Unfortunately, we're not seeing very much action with regard to the state Supreme Court decision called McCleary, which is charging the legislature to increase funding to schools. Reportedly, this legislative session will be short, with very little action, and we'll be working very hard to try to push a few of our policy initiatives. The first being to address the loss of levy authority for our school districts, which we believe needs to be acted upon in this upcoming legislative session. I provided a few updates to the board with regard to our attendance at the National Conference of ESDs down in New Orleans. It was a great time of learning and sharing, and an opportunity to learn and explore and understand what other ESDs are doing across the country. Our upcoming January session will provide an opportunity for Don Rash to be sworn into his office, a chance for the board to reflect on some of the things we've been hearing from our region's superintendents with regard to the needs that they feel, and to give me feedback as the superintendent. My evaluation is formally completed in February. I hope you make it a great month, and looking forward to enjoying time with friends and family during this holiday season. As the year winds down, we look forward to our new year. It's going to be a great time of learning, sharing, and growing as an ESD, and growing together as an ESD family. Please make it a great day.